We are here.
We're back. Fourth Wing, Chapter 10. We're unstable narrators. We read books. We do podcasts about book, where we talk about book. We're your hosts. Tori.
Rachel.
And Greta.
Welcome.
Sorry.
Oh, jeez.
Should make me on my own. Oh, wait. It's right here. Nice little cup holder.
All right. Let's dive right in. All right. Page 46 of the Book of Brennan. Don't underestimate the challenge of the gauntlet, Mira. It's designed to test your balance, strength, and agility. The times don't matter for shit, only that you make it to the top. Reach for the ropes when you have to. Coming in last is better than coming in dead.
This is important as fuck for this chapter because so much happens. And it's crazy what happens. But I think it's really important to learn that fact because a lot of these people think it's like it's a race. It's a relay race, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's a test above anything else for the dragons.
Yeah.
To see what you're capable of. Because I think what they're practicing now is what they're going to be doing in front of the dragons, right?
Yes.
Exactly. So the more impressive you are, the more likely you're going to get picked.
Yes.
There's a... Let's see here. Rhiannon, or it's Arlie that's talking. She's excited. We didn't get to see much of her before, but she's excited for this. Her and Rhiannon are like birds of a feather when it comes to being a writer. You know, they've been training their whole lives.
Yeah, Arlie is super pumped.
And it's so funny here. She goes, I've been waiting for years. My dad, he was a writer until he retired last year. Used to set up an obstacle course like this all the time so we could practice. And Chase, my brother, said it's the best part of being here before threshing. It's a real adrenaline rush. I thought it was funny, so I giggled the name Chase. I circled the name Chase and I giggled.
Yeah.
That's a personal joke between all the three of us. You won't get you just won't get it. You're not cool like that.
Yeah. So it's funny though because Violet recognizes Chase's name. He's with the Southern Wing, right? She recognizes the brother.
I think
she heard about him from someone.
Either
from
Mira
one of her siblings.
or
I think Mira.
Yep.
Because I don't think she got to have too much interaction with Brennan before.
No. So.
Well, no. So it said when she's 20 now, right? And it said that Brennan died 5 years ago. So he would have died when she was 15.
Yeah.
So that's 15 years of knowing Brennan, but how much of it is Brennan like around? Because he's got to be like a grown adult.
Yeah. He had to have been younger.
Maybe he was like an oopsie child.
Yeah. So
like people have those.
So anyway, the obstacle course is up the side of a cliff. Rhiannon and Violet are a little scared. Orly's super excited. And then Orly gives them some tips about doing the cliff.
Orly. Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So,
I mean, considering what is expected of these people, Violet shouldn't have an extreme amount of problem. I mean, this is technically what she's been training for. Yeah. I think this is what they had been thinking about the most when it came to her training.
So, you remember early on when she was like, you know, speed and agility were her thing?
Exactly.
I was like, okay, so this obstacle course should be easy for her. This should be the one thing that she excels
It shouldn't be a breeze. It definitely isn't going to be a breeze. I mean, Orly's been having to train for this her entire life. Her writer father knew this.
Yeah.
That's why he made that obstacle course because I think he knew that his kids were going to be want to be writers. They want to be just like dad. So
this part's interesting too. So, there's a little voice. I don't know. I might be reading into this too much. I probably am. But she has this moment where it's like, where there's a little voice that says, but you've already made it this far. And then she goes, there she is. The little voice that's been riding my shoulder lately, daring to give me hope that I might actually survive presentation.
I was looking at that too.
I went, dragon?
That's exactly what I was thinking, but I've noticed that...
I don't know what I thought at that point.
To be honest,
Yeah.
I've noticed that the guys have, like, female counterpart dragons. I mean, there's Gale, and I can't remember what Dane's dragon is, but I thought... Yeah,
Probably Catherine or, like, something
Cat
short
seems
like that.
female. So I don't know if her dragon's gonna be a girl. I feel like her dragon's gonna be a boy.
Well, what's Mira's dragon's name?
I could not tell you. Let's go back to
I thought
chapter
it was
1.
mentioned. I might be wrong.
I think it was mentioned too, but
Yeah,
yes, it was, because I remember the name going, oh, that's a sick-ass fucking name for a dragon.
The same thing with her mom's.
Her mom's was definitely a dude. I remember that. So I think maybe it's just a coincidence right now, but I think the guys have been picking girls and the girls have been picking guys.
Yeah, I don't really know.
Teen? T-E-I-N-E?
So then, there's an interesting exchange that happens right here, too, with Tynan.
Tynan. Yeah.
Tynan. So,
That guy.
and I feel interesting, it gets
I
a
hate
little
that
bit...
guy. I'm sorry.
It gets a little bit interesting because it seems like the loyalties of the squadron are divided between the people that support Jack's opinions of Violet and the people that support Violet. Now,
Right.
so, because Tynan takes a jab at Violet and says, because Rydok is someone who we don't know much about, someone else in the squadron. He says, still not sure what they call it, the gauntlet. And he's standing next to Violet. He's making conversation with Violet.
I, to be honest, love his character.
Yeah. And then Tynan says to ensure dragons keep coming to threshing by weeding out the weaklings. And then gives a look to Violet. And then Rydok says, knock it off.
Yeah, Rydok's a G.
Yeah. And not just knock it off, he says knock it the fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
And then that gets everyone's attention because Violet's like, I've never seen Rydok do that. But now everyone's paying attention because apparently Rydok is a level-headed guy.
Yeah, no, Rydok's like one of those guys where, like, he doesn't say a lot, but when he says something, it means something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tynan says, what's your problem? And then Rydok says, my problem, you think because you made friends with Barlow and Cypher that you have the right to be a dick to your own squad mate.
I think Rydok has got, like, not a secret admiration for Violet, but just, like, a silent one. Like, he's a lot like Garrick, where he's just off to the side and observing. He's one of those, like, side characters that's just very aware of where he is and who's around him, and he just has this admiration for Violet and her strength.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, she's not playing it up
Mm-hmm.
like other people would, but he sees it.
Yeah.
So she actually plays it down a bit.
Yeah, that's true. And then Tynan's like, exactly, squad mate. Our times aren't just ranked individually, Rydok. We're scored as a squad, too, which is how the order for presentation is decided. Do you really think any dragon wants to bond a cadet who walks in after every other squad in the processional?
It's a point. It's a shitty point,
Yeah.
but
It's a point. And then Rydok's like, they're not timing us today. And so Sawyer's like, stop. Like, it's like, it doesn't really mean that much.
yeah, this is where I'm like, wow. Like, she's already gotten a group of friends and she doesn't even realize it. I mean, obviously she knows that she's friends with Aurelie and Rhiannon, but I don't think she realizes that there's, like, a lot more people, like, in her corner than there is.
Than she initially thought.
And then Tynan takes a little jab at Sawyer. He's like, you're a little bitter about that because Sawyer was one of the first few to walk in.
Yeah, Sawyer's been here.
Was he the first one, or was he in the first squadron? Or
No, Sawyer is a repeat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sawyer is a repeat, and I love Sawyer.
He's honestly very, like, it's very
You would
obviously
think
why
someone-
Sawyer's been a repeat, because
Yeah.
Violet needs somebody to tell her what's going to happen.
Yeah, you would think, like, Sawyer... Or you would think someone who's a repeat would try to do everything to, like, keep out for themselves and
Right. But
kind of do their own thing, but here Sawyer is kind of being, like, a guide.
yeah, I wouldn't say mentor, but he's like, listen, guys, you're freaking yourselves out.
Yeah.
This is what you got to do, and you'll survive.
You'll be okay.
He's already exemplifying the traits that you'll want when you're in the military. This is somebody that you know you can rely on to help you get through something.
Yeah.
This is the one that'll grab you by your bulletproof vest and drag you out of the line of fire. That kind of stuff.
Right. So
not that we have guns in this, we have dragons.
Mm-hmm. So Professor E. Emeterio says hand-to-hand challenges are going to be on hold for the next 2.5 weeks before presentation. So presentation is in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. This is that timeline I was mentioning in the last episode. I was like, holy shit, we need to lock
We're
in.
close. Then
we're going to meet some people and some creatures.
Then Professor E also says, you're the only squad to remain intact since Parapet. That's incredible. Your squad leader must be very proud. So they are the only squad that has remained intact.
I wish he didn't point it out, though, because now I'm thinking, who here is going to die?
Mm-hmm. Anyway, someone does. So...
unfortunately.
Tynan takes another jab at Violet and says, Eidos is especially proud of Sorengale, which honestly, that's kind of funny.
It's very funny if you really know.
Like
yeah.
He's not secretive about it.
No, this is what we've been talking about. Dane is like, everyone's like, don't, talk about the fact that you have a connection to Dane. It's just gonna make you look bad. And then Dane's over here fucking that shit up. And now it's coming back to Violet. It's not coming back to Dane.
Yeah.
That we've seen so far. Maybe it came back to Dane with, Xaden, but obviously. But now we're seeing the consequences of Dane not following through with what he said.
Like, pretend you don't know me.
Pretend you don't know me, but I'm going to pretend like I know you.
Yeah.
Well, not pretend.
True. And then...
I'm going to go out of my way to protect you.
Violet does this whole thing where she's like, leave Dane out of it.
Ew.
Instead of, like, pointing out what the connection actually is, she's like, I hate when people do that. I hate the miscommunication tropes in any kind of way. Doesn't matter who the trope is with. Just fucking communicate. Open your mouth and actually tell them why they're wrong. Yeah. He thinks that there's a relationship between the two, and she's, like, not pointing out that they've just grown up together.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Like,
it's not like you guys are in a relationship yet.
Yeah. And also, like, I do think this is interesting, though, for her character, because it shows a little bit of a protective streak towards Dane.
Yeah.
As well. So it goes both ways.
It does go both ways with those two.
Yeah. So they're protective of each other. And then Sawyer's, like, gets involved in this, like, Tynan style kind of thing. And then she's like, and then Tynan's like, it doesn't bother any of you that our squad leader is fucking one of us. Which, honestly, like, fair point.
That is a fair point.
Yeah, it's kind of like special treatment.
Yeah.
The information that he has right now, there's no reason to not assume that they're fucking.
Right.
Because of the way that Dane's been acting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I love how Rhiannon immediately just jumps in and she's like, you fucking idiots, let's use our brains for 2 seconds here and think about where our Dane comes from. He's also a military family just like her. Yeah. Obviously, they know each other. They grew up around each other.
Yeah.
But I think she's just a little more level-headed than these other guys are. And she already knew that Violet and Dane knew each other because Violet told her, you know?
Yeah, but it's also funny, too, because, like, she goes to defend herself, and then she's like, honestly, it's not any of her business who I'm fucking. But then she has this moment where she's like, wait, if I'm gonna get accused, like...
of fucking somebody, shouldn't I go fuck somebody?
Yeah, she's like, and then she's like, she has a little insecure moment, and she's like, why hasn't Dane made a move? Right. Like, she's like, he would if he wanted to, right? And then Luca chimes in, and is like, it means you get preferential treatment. And then Rhiannon's like, guys, shut up. They're not sleeping together. They've been friends. And then Tynan's like, really? And then she, like, really surprised. And then she's like, really? And then Tynan apologizes.
I loved that.
Yeah,
I was like,
took the responsibility.
That's, like, refreshing. Because you don't see that a lot in these other books. You know, when a guy is proven wrong, they just, well, whatever.
And they just shut up and walk away.
And they move on. Yeah. But if this guy, he takes a step back and he's like, well, shit, I was wrong.
He's like,
and then he apologizes. After that, I had a lot of respect for Tynan.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm sorry, like, Barlow said, and then Rydek's like, look, don't listen to Barlow. Like, you're lucky that Ados isn't here. Which is like, that doesn't help. Like, Rydek, why'd you say that? But also, like, second, it's like fair. Like, hey, don't listen to that guy. Like,
but also, I mean, when they say lucky Dane isn't here, that's just because they all know now that because Dane
leader. But also, like, yeah.
It's just also, we also know now the actual relationship between these two. So either way, you don't want Dane to be there for hearing that shit. But what I find so funny is that the way that she talks about Dane and Zayden in these next couple of lines where she's pointing out that Dane's just going to give him, like, cleaning duty and be, like a gentle mother, and then
the little voice says,
and we have Zayden going, Zayden would just beat the fuck out of him.
Beat the shit out of him. Yeah.
I was sort of crying laughing.
And then she's like, and then she literally has this, like, what? like, I just thought
like,
that.
why did I just compare these two?
Yeah, and then she's like, okay, time to lock
More
in.
self-aware.
So, here we go. Sawyer goes first. Sawyer does it flawlessly.
I love Sawyer.
Professor Immaterio gives some tips. He's like, look, we're testing, like, how you're going to be on the back of a dragon. Like, this is what this is about.
Right.
Like how you're going to scale them.
Sawyer, again, gives the advice. There are ropes everywhere. Don't fall. Grab a rope. That's what...
Do not fall.
Says. So... we keep going. Yeah. There we go. What happens? So Sawyer takes off.
And this is where they lock in. They start diving in. So they don't all go at once.
It's one.
They pace it.
One.
Yeah.
One. It's like a nice steady. You get to this mark. Okay, the next person goes.
It's like, okay, this is funny because we recently had a wedding in this trio here, but it's a lot like when you're walking out down the aisle, you wait for the pair in front of you to reach a certain marker, and then that's when you and your partner walk out and follow suit.
Right.
So it's something like that.
In this case, they're solo.
Now, the other thing that's happened...
Their partner is their whims.
Yeah. Now, the other thing that happens is Violet has a little bit of a leader moment. And she
does.
Oh, Trina, like, are you okay? Because Trina's on the struggle bus. She's scared.
She's quiet, but it's a scared quiet.
And so...
And then here we go back in to her calming method of stating facts.
Oh
the
my
world
gosh,
building!
She's a fact stater. Yes.
Oh my god.
And it's so funny that some people are like, do you really do that? And it calms me down. Okay,
Same.
nerd.
Like, when I saw that, I was like, okay, like, at least it wasn't a one-off, but also, like, this is really... I'm like, girl.
I don't like a quirk. Yeah,
I
like
it's a quirk of hers. Like, she's not, like...
And she's not calling herself quirky. You know what I mean? Like, you like a quirky character that's like, oh yeah, I'm quirky, ha ha ha, you know?
No, it's just her thing.
It's just her thing. I don't like a character that's, like, constantly serious and, like, a hard ass all the time. You know?
Fair. I mean, I guess she doesn't really care what other people think of her.
Yeah,
there
exactly.
are other ways to calm herself down that could be
She
way
could-
worse.
Exactly.
Alright, that's how I see it.
I mean, she
It
could
be
probably
worse.
saying this in her head, but if she has to say it out loud to hear herself think, let her say it out loud.
Yeah, that's fair. So they go. Luca makes a comment about how Sawyer did it perfectly, but he was still passed over, which sucks for Sawyer. Tienan starts struggling right off the bat. And then, even though Tienan was mean to her, she does try to help him.
Well, I think it's because, like, he apologized. If he didn't apologize, I don't think she would have said shit. I think she also got a little bit of, like, a respect for him after. She may not have said it at first, but, I mean, it shows right here.
Yeah.
Like, if one of us fails, we all fail, kind of thing. I think that was her mindset there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Which is a good mindset to have. That's what you need when you're in a squadron. Like, if one part of us fails, we might all die.
Yeah, and then Rydek taunts Tynan.
Mm-hmm.
And then Violet tells him to knock it off.
Yeah.
I feel like Rydick didn't let go of what
he did.
what Violet already let go of.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, just because he's a dick doesn't mean you have to be.
Maybe that's a common occurrence in this world. The men just have a hard time letting things go.
Maybe.
Well, there's a whole war, so I think so.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
look at this. The only woman who's shown any kind of sense, the only military person who's shown any kind of sense is a woman, and they still killed the parents in front of the kids.
it's true.
Because
So-
other men couldn't let shit go.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, this is a woman who didn't want the people around the rebels to suffer because of what the rebels did. Like, she didn't want the kids to suffer and see what is going to happen to their parents, even though she had probably every right to feel that, considering she may have been there when her son died.
Also true.
Right.
Like, her son may have been murdered right in front of her by this man. She had every right to order that man's execution.
Yeah. That's true.
But at least she was graceful enough to not want it to be in front of Xaden.
That's true. Right.
I don't... Yeah.
And then, Tynan's really struggling. And then Violet gives
I'd like a little
Rhiannon
mini...
a little bit of a command to help Tynan. It's not necessarily a command. She just says, the rope is between the first and second. And then she gets the rope into Tynan's hand.
They're on another level. They have like a connection. I wouldn't say like a mental connection, but they just like they
The
know
teamwork is there.
the teamwork is there. They know what the other one's thinking ahead of time. They just have to say one word or two, and they're like, "Oh, I know what you mean."
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna be really useful later on because I feel like Rhiannon's gonna follow Violet wherever she goes.
Yeah, that's true.
And
The
that's-
best of friends.
You need that. You need someone who's gonna be there for you. Like, this is a day one friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Day one companion.
The friends you make on the parapet last till you die.
Yeah.
When you die, we'll see what that happens with the friends. That's up to the
Stop.
friends.
Yeah. And then Violet's giving herself a little pep talk. She starts the obstacle course. And then she starts with the facts.
Well, she actually starts with her hyping herself up as she's going across, like repeating stuff to herself. It's just balance. You can balance. I giggled a little bit when she was like, "Quick feet, quick feet, quick feet." Like,
Yeah.
it's just, she's so
It reminds
goofy.
me of like Lightning McQueen.
Yes,
Cars
yes.
movies.
Yeah.
Speed. I am
Am
speed.
speed.
DC, Disney, do not talk me for that, please.
Fast like a hummer, sting like a bee. I am speed.
Yeah. And I wrote a little note because I
Please
was
do not
like,
copyright
okay,
us.
this is a thing that she actually does. And then Orly catches it. She's like, are you studying? And she's like, it calms me down. I'm like, okay, lady, like.
And she says there's no time to be
Yeah.
embarrassed here. That can wait for later. So I don't think she just doesn't allow herself to feel embarrassed.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of confidence in herself, and I love that.
Yeah. And also, it's funny though, because when we see these like bits of her spewing facts, like we do see that she knows a lot about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she
Very
knows
knowledgeable.
a lot about dragons. The first time she knows a lot about history.
It's that scribe knowledge.
And I think maybe her mom maybe her mom witnessed her studying this kind of stuff, and she's like, this is valuable, and we need this in the military.
Yeah. and that's
So
true.
maybe Violet shot herself in the foot wanting to be a scribe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think she was ever going to get a chance to be a scribe. I think her mom knew that from the beginning, that she's going to be a writer.
Yep. And then Violet slips, grabs a rope. She's not backing down. She's gonna keep going, or at least having the time of her life.
This is the best, is what she says.
Yeah. So Orly starts kind of coaching her through the course a little bit together, and is telling her like what to do. Like
What to
really,
do.
Violet's getting through it because Orly's with her.
Mm-hmm.
And then Orly starts coming through this thing. So
She goes through next. What are they doing? They are going across rotates
It's a specific obstacle.
They're reaching a twisting staircase with posts jutting straight from the side of the cliff's face. I can't picture things in my head, so I was actually, like, not picturing, but I was remembering this game that they played in Avatar. The Airbenders would play. They're all in all these posts all around them, and they would play and, like, pass the air ball around. I was thinking something like that, and they have to jump from post to post and get across to the other side. Yeah. And if they're on a post for too long, it falls over. Yeah. So clearly that's not what's happening, and it's just in my head what I'm clocking, but then something horrible happens.
The dragons come.
They distract everyone,
including Orly in this specific court.
One of her, I feel like, I don't think she said this was her favorite part, but, like, she was excited for this part, and it killed her. She slipped, she fell, she belly flopped onto one of the last spinning logs, and before Violet could even get to her, Arlie falls, and they made eye contact. She watched as she fell down the cliff.
I literally screamed.
I was shocked.
I was like, she didn't
I
deserve
wasn't
that.
shocked. I knew that somebody was gonna die. I did go, no, what the fuck, because I liked this one.
Yeah, I thought that there was about to be a really good friendship there.
I knew that it would have to be somebody that Violet liked. It wasn't gonna be Rhiannon. She's just still the bond's too strong there. So if they're gonna kill Rhiannon, it's gonna have to be later.
Yeah.
To make it really pivotal. But right now, everybody else is fair game.
Yeah.
The only people that I know for sure that aren't going to die are Dane, Xaden, Violet, and Rhiannon right now.
What if the death of Rhiannon is the turning point that starts the rebellion?
Like, that could happen.
I'm sitting here like, holy...
It's not uncommon for authors to kill somebody to further the plot of the book.
That's true.
I really said...
I do not like the fact that it's typically women, but we're not going to dive into the feminism of this because this is a female author.
The people you would root to be friends of the MC and then just kills them off.
Because I will give it to Rebecca, she killed Dylan. And then Dylan was a dude.
Yeah,
so
Dylan
I can't
be
like, I can't go into femcel shit and be like, you're killing women for the plot of it because Violet's a woman.
She killed Brennan.
She's killing
Brennan, she killed Dylan,
She's killing equally, and I can appreciate that. She
killed that one guy that Jack threw off.
She did kill that one guy. She killed the guy that Jack snapped his neck.
God.
I will give it to Rebecca. She's not pulling her punches.
Nope.
And I can appreciate an author that doesn't...
You think that'd be a great friend? Nope.
Oh, you like her? To the pits she goes. Roughly, might I add. She belly flopped onto a log. That shit's gotta hurt. That girl probably got the wind knocked out of her. Honestly, those logs, I don't know how big they are, but if Arlie was thinking straight, grab on.
If you've ever
roll around
seen
a bit.
The show Wipeout,
yes,
I imagine something like that where they're not standing up, but they're out of the wall. They're like in the wall itself. There's enough room that they're rotating.
Imagine this
and they
whole
have to go
thing.
across, and you hit one, and obviously the rotation gets you. So you're gonna.
No. Imagine this whole course was just a Wipeout obstacle course. And the bottom is just mud, and they're jumping on those giant big balls.
Yeah, I do picture it like that. I literally was sitting here picturing it, and I was like...
Or you know what?
Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, but did you guys ever watch Percy Jackson, like the movies?
Yeah.
Do you remember the obstacle course they had at the beginning of the Sea of Monsters?
Yes. No, because I watched that movie once, and then I was like,
it's stupid.
It was a new feeling, because I was young, and it was one of the first movies that I had seen and been like really disappointed in. Because,
because they
up until
ground
that point,
the entire series up, and then they gave us a giant meat blob.
I remember leaving the theater and my parents asking me like, "What did you think of that movie?" And I was like, honestly, like it was such a new emotion to be disappointed in a movie that I was so excited for. I was like, honestly, like, I don't think I liked it. Like, it wasn't anything like I thought it was going to be. They're like,
Yeah.
I think when I started was, I was like, it wasn't anything like I thought it was going to be. And I think my dad asked, like, but did you like it? And I was like, he's like, it's okay if you don't like it. And I was like, yeah, I don't think I liked it. It's like, I think I really didn't like it.
So, yeah, no, that's...
But it's a core memory.
It's a nice core memory. Like, I mean, you're gonna have one of those. I don't know. I remember not liking it when I first got it. I didn't even get a choice of, like, seeing it before owning it. It was just given to me, and then I put it in the player, and I was like, what the fuck? Because, you know, Percy Jackson's been my ride or die since elementary school.
Yeah.
So, to see that absolute horrifying, horrible rendition of his story and his character, just changing and picking and choosing what you want and putting it into that, get out of my face. Yeah. Get out of my face.
It was absolutely disgraceful. Alright.
So, yeah, no more Percy Jackson talk.
So, Orly just died.
Orly's dead, and we're talking about Percy Jackson in this stupid obstacle course.
The scene jumps to...
It's a small little scene where they have the commemoration for her and all the other people that died.
Yeah.
But it's the only time that they can have that.
It's the first time that people have died that Violet knows.
I think this is the first time she's lost a friend.
Because
sure, she's lost her brother, but that's different.
Yeah, the names are starting to get familiar. Like, as they read the names, she's able to identify, like, what wing they were in, what squad they were in.
Like, she's knowing these people.
Where she knew them from. Like, and she's starting to actually feel the grief.
Yeah.
Of losing people.
And this is where we get into some of, like, the world building when it comes to how they handle people's deaths. We got a little glimpse of it with Brennan. You know, they mentioned that they don't like to keep traces of the dead. This whole country seems very military based. It's more of, like, I wouldn't even want to say a country. This is just one giant military camp. It just happens to have a lot more kids. So...
young adults.
Well...
They're 20.
Okay, remember what they used to be.
Kids.
Thank you.
But now they're adults.
Okay, but they still had to be kids at some point.
Well, yeah,
but now they're adults.
She's stating that within the time that all of this took place, they're not kids, they're adults, is what she's getting at.
And what I'm saying is that where they grew up...
Yeah.
I don't like being silenced!
It's because... all of this takes place in their 20s. They're not kids anymore.
And I'm talking about...
By age, they're not kids anymore.
I think it's because we're seeing it through her military family lens as well. You know? Like, that's why we get the vibe that, like, this is the way things are. And why it's all so familiar to her is because she grew up military. So, like, it's not completely out of the ordinary for her. Does that make sense? Like, there's not that much of an adjustment. Like, we feel like, yeah, this is the way things are because, like, that's our narrator.
No, I was making a different point, and now I can't even remember it because you both told me to shut the fuck
up.
I'm so
sorry. I hope you get it back.
It's not gonna come back. We need to move on.
I'm sorry.
Fuck you both. Let's go.
Okay. I accept. So then it jumps to Violet is with Dane collecting
I got it back.
Belongings. Oh.
So what I'm saying is what I'm saying is I had to look at it. We don't get a lot of what it's like for everybody here when it comes to funerals. We only get little glimpses. She got, you know, her tiny little thing. Like, they're not allowed to hold on to the dead.
Mm-hmm. No, they have to burn everything.
They have to burn everything. Typically, you don't see that in a regular civilian type country. They have cemeteries. Where do you see that?
It's because it's their god of death. That's why they burn everything. It's because it's an offering to the god of death.
Look at how small this continent is.
Yeah. I mean, no, I do see what you're saying, where they are probably more of a military society.
Exactly. Yes. That's what I'm saying. They're like the Romans. Mm-hmm. So even as young children, they were growing up to train to be soldiers.
Not all of them.
Not all of them, but most of them.
in the Writers Quadrant. The ones who volunteered.
It's specific to
because-
this quadrant, is
Yeah.
what Tori's saying. Like,
Yeah.
not everyone.
I don't think
grew up
I'm
that
making
way.
my point. And I don't think you guys are, you're not reading my lines.
No, I see what you're saying. This is probably like a society with more of military focus all around.
Exactly.
Yes, I would agree with that. It's backseat of war college. We don't have war colleges.
Thank you.
They have war colleges. Therefore,
A lot of them probably
More
grew up
focus
with
on
more
war.
military, so that's what I'm saying. So I like that we're getting more into what their funeral rites are like. It makes me want to know, like, what their other ceremonies are like. What do they even have wedding ceremonies? Or is it, you stand before a general and they go, all right, move on.
You're
I
excited,
just waved my
you're
hand
excited
around.
to know more about the culture.
Yes, thank you. Culture, politics. Like,
Yeah.
this is a lot. You gotta have, it's important stuff to add to your world building.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't just put some mountains on an island and go, here you fucking go. Because even then, that changes the politics and how things are moving within your world.
Very true. Very, very true. So, Dane has this weird, I should have been there. Which is like, dude, like, why are you taking that on?
He's trying to take away stuff from her. Like, he doesn't want her to feel grief, I don't think.
No, he doesn't want her to feel bad emotions. Which isn't, like,
It's not a horrible
that doesn't
thing.
make him bad.
But
it's a problem.
So Dane, we're talking about Dane, and it's not a bad thing that he wants to, not want her to feel bad emotions, but to every time she feels something, he has to say something about it.
Yeah.
He can't just sit there with her.
Yeah.
He's got to somehow make it about himself, and that's where it gets bad.
I think that Dane...
Because my question is what could he have done, even if he was
Exactly.
there?
What do you...
Yeah.
Legally, what are you going to be allowed to do? Because it's not about you anymore. He's got his dragon.
Yeah. Although he does feel, for Dane, this is the first person
I'm sure
that
feels
he's been
remorse.
responsible for that has died.
This is
He's
true.
squad
This
leader.
is different for him.
I get
Yeah.
that. I guess I don't understand, like, the whole, I wish I was there. What could you have done differently if you were there, other than watch them fall?
Instead of saying it sucks that she's dead, like, I wish that didn't happen, he goes, how can I make it about me? That's just how it felt.
I don't know if it's
That's how I
make it
felt.
about me.
Yeah.
I just think it's like
And maybe it's just I don't like
illogical.
him, and that's just the vibe that I get from him
Yeah.
now.
I think it's just illogical.
Every
It's like,
time-
nothing would have been different even if you were there.
Every time he opens
Yeah.
my mouth, I go, here we fucking go. This
Yeah.
man's got something to say again.
But that is a common thing that grieving people do, is that I should have been there.
It's survivor's guilt.
It's survivor's guilt.
I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
he wasn't
What did-
there.
What did you survive?
But he wasn't there.
If it would be different if, like, Violet was saying that because she literally watched her die in front of her.
Like, if she
It's
said, I wish I
different
could have
'cause
done more,
Dane
that makes
wasn't
sense.
even there. Like,
He was out training with his dragon or something.
I get it. That's your squad. You're supposed to look out for them. There's only so much you can do when it comes to this portion of even getting into, like, the college, even getting your dragon, like, everything that leads up to it. There's only so much that a person can do. And then not being there on top of that is just kind of like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
Like, why do you do that?
Yeah, that's true. So then
I don't know. Somehow...
so Dane offers to go with her and she declines. He asks her if she was able to make it all the way up, and then she says that she got caught at the chimney formation and had to use a rope to get back down. She's gonna have to figure out something to get across on presentation day because she's just too short.
Heels.
Yeah, it was the
So
chimney.
So she's stressed about that. So she's like, this is the thing that might get
Don't look
me.
at my chapter 11.
I'm not looking at your chapter 11. I'm looking at the first note for chapter 10.
Oh, there you go.
So yeah, so she's like, this is the first thing that might get her. She carries all of Orly's belongings to the burn area. And she notices a couple of months ago, I couldn't have carried a pack this heavy. She's gotten stronger.
I was just about to point that out. Like, she's gotten stronger, and now she's finally realizing that, because earlier when she made it across the parapet, she didn't even point out that fact that she made it across the parapet. Not like that. But I feel like she's realizing that she's actually gotten stronger now.
She's not. How's the phrase? She's not like stopping herself from thinking she's progressing in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
But we are at the point where she is starting to lose hope now, because Harley's been doing this her entire life, and she's dead, and now she hasn't been even doing this. This was her first day, and how is she supposed to make it across if a girl who's been doing it her entire life is now dead?
And she's trying to hype herself up. She's like, yeah, I've gotten better. She has her inner voice. Her inner voice goes, it won't be me. As she's watching Orly's things burn in the fire, though, that's when she starts to really doubt herself for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Orly was the most qualified, and she didn't make it. She died. Like, it's nobody's safe. Like, there's a little bit of a luck component to this.
I mean, it was really bad circumstances. I feel like Orly probably would have made it if those dragons didn't fly overhead.
Yeah. So she ponders that for a little while. She's like, will I do it? She's like, I'm not gonna die, but is it because I'm gonna do it, or because I'm gonna go to the scribes? She's trying to kind of figure out what she's gonna do. She's like, she's not willing to die trying. That's not really a thought in her head. However, she's starting to really question if she can do it.
Mm-hmm.
She's on her way back down.
And this is where we get a really good moment between her and Xaden, who's now showing up with Bodhi and Garrick. Which, now I'm looking at it, was Garrick her cousin? Or is it Bodhi?
I think.
Or is it both?
Garrick was his cousin.
Was the cousin, from what I remember you saying.
Because it says right here. It says right here, sitting back against the wall, I let the darkness conceal me as Xaden, Garrick, and Bodhi, Xaden's cousin, passed under a mage light, headed in my direction. So are they... What? Did I really...
Oh, you might have read that wrong the first time. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd like to make a contraction from one of the last few episodes. I have fucked up.
It would have been the most recent episode.
I guess. It depends on how Ashton cuts it up.
So,
Ashton, just bleep it out or something.
So as Violet's walking back, and thinking about all this, she sees them returning, and overhears a conversation. So her interest is piqued because she sees 3 of them. She's like, not allowed. And then she hears them talking. So Bodhi says there has to be something more we can do. Garrick says we're doing everything we can. Something's up.
They're plotting something, and I want to know what they're plotting.
Yep, I think everyone does.
Something is up.
And it's right there. Xaden stops. So she's instantly clocking that Xaden knows that she's there. Mm-hmm. And she
controls the shadows, and she's in the shadows.
She's in the shadows. He can feel her, is what it is.
Yeah.
So...
And then she's...
okay. She's in it!
Oh my god. Then she's like, she has this instead of feeling her usual feelings when she sees him, she just gets angry. She just kind of takes it out on him a little bit in her head.
I think it's a matter of convenience, because she didn't, honestly, she probably would have taken it out on Dane if she had that internal monologue before Dane asked her all those questions.
Yeah, I think that's very true. So, Garrick notices Xaden's picked up on something. Xaden tells him to go inside, and then she reveals herself, and it's like, I'm not in the mood. She starts a conversation, but she's like, I'm not in the mood.
Right.
And he's like, you don't want to know where I've been? And she's like, I don't care. And then he's like, you really don't? And she's like, nope.
This
I'm
is
out after
concern.
curfew too. Yeah, because, I didn't clock that. But yeah, you're right.
This is concern.
It's concern.
This is the first time he's not getting the banter that he normally gets from her. So, like, this is when he knows, like, this is serious. Like, she's
something's up.
She's upset.
Yeah, he clocked it. And he's like, and then he's like, what are you doing out? And then she's like, debating running away, which is true.
And he's taking this serious now because
Yeah. So
she's not giving him what he wants, and instead of like getting mad about it, he's concerned. He's wanting to figure it out so they can help her.
Yeah. So she says she's debating running away, and then he's like, and she's like, how about you? Feel like sharing? And she's being sassy, and then but he says same, and then she's like, huh? And then she says sarcastic ass. She is not good at reading him.
She's not.
No. He's very good at reading her, but it doesn't go the other way.
But, I mean...
And then she's like, look, are you going to kill me or not?
Yeah.
If, like... And she's like, the anticipation is starting to annoy the fuck out of me.
She's just done with the back and forth. She just wants a straight answer from him.
Yeah.
I don't think she's realizing that he's, like, into her.
Yeah. And then he's like, haven't decided yet, because he throws back the sarcasm that she's using on him. And she's like, well, could you? It would definitely help me make my plans for the week. And then he's like, am I affecting your schedule, Violence? And then she's like, I just need to know what my chances are here. And he smiles. That's the oddest way I've ever been hit on.
I have that written down in my note because I was like, just gnawing away. I was like, oh my god.
It's kind of funny though, because like he hasn't really, he's like something's up, but he doesn't know her well enough to like put his finger on what the emotion is. He's just like, something's different.
Yeah, so he's feeling it out.
Yeah, he's kind of testing her.
Testing the waters.
And eggs her on.
And that's where she's finally coming back into herself. I think he was just trying to get back to the norm. Yeah. He's getting back to the norm. He's trying to lighten it up. That way, when she is lightened up enough, maybe she can open up about what's, like, affecting her.
Yeah. And then he pushes for an answer. She denies, and he asks again. He's like, chances at what? And then gives a little threat. He's like, don't make me ask again. And she's like, it smells good.
It's honestly, if a man gets up in my face and is like yelling at me, but all like, and my nose is right there.
It's kind of funny.
Whack pad coated.
And then she's like, at living through everything, like, I can't make it up the gauntlet. And then he's calm. He's like, I see. And then she's like, no, she's like, no, dude, you don't get it. You're like the best at everything, and I suck. But what she says is, no, you don't. You're probably celebrating because I'll fall to my death, and you won't have to go to the trouble.
Through the trouble
of killing me.
Yeah.
And he said, killing you wouldn't be any trouble, Violence. It's leaving you alive that seems to cause the majority of my trouble.
This is another thing that we need to point out here when it comes to that soulmate theory. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like when he first met her, maybe he did want to just kill her just a little bit, but then they got closer, and then that pull happened, because we were only seeing what it's like for Violet's side.
Oh, yeah.
But we're not seeing it from Xaden's side. We don't know what he's been feeling. He's probably got a huge swirling mix of emotions from everything that is surrounding her.
It'd be nice if they put, like, one chapter in this book of just his perspective.
It would be nice, but it wouldn't make sense. Structurally, it would look bad.
But it'd be nice.
In future books, maybe they could have done, like, a split point of view. One chapter her point of view, one chapter his. But typically,
I love those books.
In my experience, when they do that, it's because one of the characters dies, so they need somebody else's perspective so they can finish on the rest of the story.
Yeah.
Which book was it in most recently?
And then...
that? Oh, never mind. It was the Zodiac Academy that it's structured like that.
Mm-hmm. And then she tries to read him. She can't. She says, sorry to be a hassle. And, he cloaked his face in shadow, by the way.
I'm sorry, I'm like grinning and rolling my eyes.
His face is unreadable, cloaked in shadow. Go figure.
Well, duh.
He's hiding his expression from her.
Well, duh.
Yeah, it's because the absolute yearning puppy dog
This
eyes
is
he's
a
probably
tender
giving
moment,
her.
and he's like, nope.
Yeah, exactly. He
He
doesn't.
can't give away all of his cards. Come on.
That's exactly what
Yeah.
it is. He's like, oh shit, I'm gonna be revealing some stuff about myself that I don't need revealed just yet.
Yeah, so he's keeping that lock tight. She says...
He's like Fort Knox.
That's why I forever have a smile on my face.
You're such a nerd.
I'm such a... I love romance books. I can't help it. When it gets down to romance, I'm just like, yes.
I enjoy a romance or two, but I don't. I try not to. I try to do a taste breaker or
I'm
two.
a swoon worthy.
A little hopeless romantic over here.
Yeah. Anyways.
And then she says, sorry to be a hassle. You know the problem with this place, besides you touching things that don't belong to you? It's like, okay, dude.
Dude!
It's like, okay, Violet. And he goes, I'm
Violence.
sure you're going to tell me. Let's go over hand, wrist, whatever. And then she says, hope. He says, hope? She says, hope. Someone like you would never get it, but I knew coming here was a death sentence. Which, also, pause. Like, Violet, for someone so smart and so observant, this is a big, like, why aren't you, like, you totally did not clock that.
Sometimes it's people, like, even the smartest people can be dumb. I once was having a playful argument with my brother one time, and he said, it was so funny to me, he goes, you are the smartest dumb person I've ever met. And it was something about the car. We were having an argument about my car again, because, you know, I'm just a girl, I'm gonna run that thing into the ground. I didn't check my oil, like, every 2 minutes like he wants me to.
Yeah.
But something like that, it made me step back. I was like, well, first of all, this is, like, the most
First of all,
backhanded compliment
thank
I've
you.
ever gotten from him. He actually thinks I'm intelligent. Typically, little brothers aren't going to tell you that they think you're intelligent.
Nope.
So the fact that he even said that was like, I'm going to take what crumbs I can get when it comes to an 18-year-old boy.
So real.
Especially when I'm related to him.
Yes.
So, something like that, like, you just gotta remember, like, yeah, these are book characters, but they're supposed to be human.
Yeah.
So, humans can falter, they can stumble, they can have little dumb blonde moments. She's technically she's a brunette, but, I mean, she's got the blonde edges going for her.
Yeah, that's silver going on.
So she's gotta, she's gotta be human.
And she continues, it didn't matter that I've been trained my entire life to enter the scribe quadrant. When General Sorengale gives an order, you can't exactly ignore it. And she was like, she has this moment where she's like, guys, why am I running off at the mouth to this man?
Why am I trauma dumping right now, is what she's saying.
Yeah. She's like, why am I telling him everything?
It's a good foundation for their relationship.
Yeah.
She's realizing, I feel like she doesn't realize it yet, but this is so easy to talk to.
Yeah.
And
really
it's
easy
just,
to talk to.
she, like, and it's not even that, she wants to talk to him, but she's not she's not letting herself want it.
Yeah.
True.
And he says, sure you can. You just might not like the consequences. And then, instead of pulling away, she leans in. After he lets go of her. She says, I knew what the odds were, and I came anyway, concentrating on that tiny percentage of a chance that I would live. And then I make it almost 2 months, and I get hopeful. Then he says, and then you lose a squad mate, and you can't quite get up the chimney, and you give up. I'm starting to see it's not a flattering picture, but if you want to run off to the scribe quadrant, I'm sorry, I can't talk.
Scribe quadrant.
Then she's like, how do you know about the chimney?
He was watching her. But also, I mean, like,
He
was
lives
this
in the shadows.
Exactly. So I'm wondering, is this like I know it's outdoor, but how outdoor is it?
Well, I mean, there's got to be some sort of shadow because it is a cliff that
It's a
the
cliff.
thing is on.
Yeah.
So depending on the time of day, there will be a shadow cast down.
Let me look back at this fucked up map. Guys, I gotta be honest, I hate this map. It doesn't make sense. Where is the cliff?
So it's not only
Non-existent.
it's not only the not being able to get up the chimney, but also it knowing about the considering running off to the scribe quadrant. He knows about both things.
Right. So it makes me think that when Dane and Violet are having those conversations in those corridors and stuff, and he's nearby, I think he can use the shadows to listen. So his
I'm
power,
90% sure he can use his shadows for pretty much about everything.
yeah, his powers are probably very versatile. Like, you remember Azrael.
Yeah.
Like, he's the spy master.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to be the kind of role that Xaden takes up. Maybe he was involved in the rebellion a lot more than is revealed right now. I think he knew a lot more than the others.
Yeah.
And I think he was helping his dad a lot more than people realize. So maybe there's another reason why he's not so mad at Violet and maybe not as angry as he should be with Sorengale.
And that's what he says. He says when Violet's a little shocked, she says, "How do you know about that?" And then she's afraid for Dane's safety. Xaden says, "I know everything that goes on here. Shadows, remember? They hear everything, see everything, conceal everything." Like, as he does this shadow bending thing around them.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, "My mother would definitely reward you if you told her about Dane's plan."
She'd definitely reward you for telling her about my little, what did you call it? Club. He
Yep.
is so sassy.
Yeah.
I love a sassy man, especially when they're hot.
Yeah. And then she's like, "I'm not going to tell her." And he says, "I know. It's why you're alive."
Yeah, that's the reason why.
Here's the thing, Sorengale. Hope is a fickle, dangerous thing. It steals your focus and aims it toward the possibilities instead of keeping it where it belongs, on the probabilities. This
Bars.
I underline that because I believe that this is a core belief.
It's a core belief for him. This is something that his dad probably taught him when he was young.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe it was something that he said before he died, too. Like
Could
one of
be,
those
yeah.
last conversations he had with his dad.
Yeah. That's true. And then she says, "So I'm supposed to what? Not hope that I live, just plan for death?" And then he hits us with another core belief. And offers her a survival tip. He says, "You're supposed to focus on the things that can kill you so you find ways to not die."
I love that.
I was so locked in when I was reading this part, I didn't make any kind of notes. I was just...
Apparently not.
These are some blank pages, but I'm remembering what I was thinking when I was reading it. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's because you really...
I get
it's
locked in.
It's one of those moments, again, where you really don't think Xaden to be, like, a good advice giver or a good listener, and here
then he just comes in out of left field and just takes...
He is what Dane would need to be in order to be, like, another love interest, in my opinion.
Yes.
Like, Dane would need to learn how to listen and learn how to give good advice and not the advice of your glass and, you know, everything's gonna break you.
Dane does everything he can to make sure she tries to play it safe, but Xaden's like, but why?
Yeah.
Playing it safe is only gonna get you so far.
And then,
playing it safe can also get you killed.
Also true.
And then he is like, "Look, you're defying the odds. Lots of people want you dead." And then he's like, "It's rather surprising to watch, actually." Caresses her cheek with a shadow or something.
Hot.
Love that.
Hot.
And she's like, "Happy to be your entertainment. I'm going to bed." So she just brushed it off. And then he gets a little mad. He's like, "Maybe if you stopped sulking in your self-pity, you'd see that you have everything you need to scale the gauntlet." And then she gets mad and is like, "Myself what?" And he says, "People die. It's going to happen over and over again. It's the nature of what happens here. What makes you a writer is what you do after people die. You know, you want to know why you're still alive? Because you're the scale I currently judge myself against every night. Every day I let you live, I get to convince myself that there's still a part of me that's a decent person. So if you want to quit, then please, spare me the temptation and fucking quit. But if you want to do something, then do it."
Love that.
And this is where we get a really important thing. I haven't read anything after this, but this is like a really important thing that's going to help us, or her, in the next couple of chapters. She's mad. She's like, "I'm too short. Like, I can't do it." And he's like, "But you're thinking about it in one way."
It's kind of like, find a way to do it then.
That's exactly what he says. The right way isn't the only way. Figure it out.
Yep.
He's
And
telling
also-
her to think about it in a different way. And then she's up here like, fuck him. But
Kinda
like
think
she's
outside the
just,
box.
she's mad at herself and she's taking it out on him.
And well, I also think that we get to see a little bit of Xaden. He is really good at motivating people.
Oh yeah.
Like, he knows the words to say that'll light a fire and make people think.
And that's expected from the son of a rebellion leader.
Yeah.
You don't become a rebellion leader by a democracy like that. Like,
Nope.
you make yourself one. Technically, it's kind of like a democracy.
No. Yeah.
Because everybody's like, yeah, we should follow this guy. But it's for a reason.
Yeah. Makes sense.
He's making a name for
All right.
himself.
That's true. That's the end of chapter 10.
Alright, but...
Yay. I'm just kidding.
Oh, you have notes. Sorry.
I have notes.
Go ahead.
You witch.
Go ahead.
My
Let's
God.
go. Let's talk about it.
So, I
Why'd you
have
leave them
here...
until this moment and not like while we were in the chapter.
Because y'all want to give me a chance.
Oh, fine.
Anyways... I want to unpack Brennan a bit. I want to unpack the things surrounding his death, because all we get is that he's killed by the rebellion leader. But we don't get the events that led up to that. We don't know much about the battle. I think Brennan knew things. He's a strategist. Strategists, they have to figure out battles before they happen. They have to figure out what the other team might do before the battle starts. I think that because of so much of the rebellion being vague, Brennan found out something that he wasn't supposed to find out. And I think maybe he might have been part of the rebellion a bit.
Then why would the rebellion kill him?
That's what I'm getting to. I'm thinking...
I don't know.
I don't
think that
think-
might be a bit of a reach.
No, listen. I don't think that the rebellion leader killed him.
I don't think that we're gonna get much information in this whole thing
I don't-
on him. Like,
No
I think
way.
it literally ends with just him dying and leaving this book. That at some
No.
point the book will be like really significant as Violet gets further into it. But I don't think that he was part of the rebellion.
No, see, here's the thing. There's already so much that the government's lying about. They're not giving them all the information when it comes to these battles. Like, clearly they were looking for something when those wards failed, and they're not telling them what it is, but it's clear that they know, because how would you know what to do before that? And there's also just the amount of lies that they spread about the enemy. They're made to think that the enemy is this one-dimensional, like, just scary monster under your bed. But they don't really give a reason. I feel like Brennan knew something, or he figured something out, and they killed him, and then they blamed it on this great betrayer. Because why not?
I'm not. I think that's a bit of a reach. I think
It may be a bit of a reach.
I think that the great betrayer is a great betrayer. I think that Brennan was a soldier that died in battle. I think that there might be more to his death.
There's
but
just so
I'm not
much.
sure. I'm not sure how much. I don't know. Like, maybe Brennan was killed by someone on. Like, here's the thing. I would say if Brennan was involved in the rebellion, but he was killed by the Great Betrayer, so I can't even say that. So
They're
it's like,
saying that, but was he actually? We don't know.
that's true. We don't know.
We're
That's
taking
true.
it at a one-sided.
That
Oh,
would
because
suck.
they said it.
I mean, they burned all his shit.
That's another thing. They burn everything, so they're. It's for the funeral rite, but they're burning the evidence.
It's interesting that, as a funeral rite, they burn shit, which is odd.
Because you don't really see that in any other military.
That's what the Vikings burn. The
Well, yeah, the
body.
They burn the
burn the
body, but they're not
body,
not their stuff.
Well, Egyptians.
They bury it in a fucking
everything with them.
Exactly. So it's not destroyed. You could dig it up and get access to it again.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
You can't dig up ashes.
I mean, I really don't know. I would have to see more evidence before I buy in, but I wouldn't completely rule it out.
I just want to keep reading. That's all I want.
We have to catch up.
All right.
I just want to keep reading.
Rachel's ahead of us.
That
All right.
bitch.
That's about.
I can't help it when I get a good book. I can't put it down, and it's really frustrating.
I know, you just fly through it. This has actually been
Like, I caught up to where y'all were in, like, a day.
But I will say I am kind of happy, though, because I blew through ACATAR and I really enjoyed it. I'm getting to really kind of savor this book. Like, I feel like I'm
Right.
getting to become an expert on
When
it.
you pace yourself, it's easier to remember the events, because when it comes to ACOTAR, you have to point out things for me to remember it.
I have such
Right.
an issue. I
Same.
could read a book like that, and then months later down the road, if I want to reread something, I can't go back to that book because everything is still fresh in my mind.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
I mean, it has to be pointed out to me. If I picked up ACOTAR, I'd be able to be like, oh yeah, and then this and this and this and this. But if you ask me what happened in, like, chapter 10 of book 3, fuck you, dude. I'm not remembering shit.
That's
You'd
fair,
have to
yeah.
put it in front of me. You have to get me at least through chapter 1, and then I can tell you what happens.
Yeah.
But I have to remember what had happened to tell you what will happen.
I guess that's true, yeah. I would like to go through ACOTAR again, because
I would not. That is 5 books.
I'm probably going to go through ACOTAR again myself then. All right.
We're not doing that on here.
Let's call it, because
We're over an hour.
Because everyone wants to come back on this side. So, all right, that's a wrap for today. My name's Tori.
Rachel.
And Greta.
See you guys next time.
Bye.